Ladies and gentlemen, happy May 1st. Hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday evening, perhaps just getting home from work, kicking off the shoes, watching some STARCRAFT 2. I'm glad you chose us to hang out with over this awesome night of STARCRAFT 2 action. Of course, you're watching WCS America, the round of 32. We're watching Group H to see which two are going to advance to the round of 16. A lot of amazing matches so far. If you're just now joining us, I'm sorry because you just missed some awesome StarCraft, but there's still some more awesome StarCraft coming your way. And VODs will be available, youtube.com/official MLGSE2, of course, very soon after the stream goes down. Of course, before we jump into the losers match of Maker versus MoonGlade, Full Sail University is the official education partner of MLG. If you're interested in graphic design, video game production, stuff like that, fullsail.edu/MLG, check it out. They have, they'll present you with some options of what you're potentially interested in. You'll fill in some information about yourself, and they'll send some information back at you. And of course, then you can decide if Full Sail is the proper fit for you. Again, Full Sail, the official education partner of MLG. That being said, the players in the lobby, I'm going to ask if they're ready. Mr. Nick, are you having a good night tonight?
I'm having a great night.
Good.
I've seen Hellbats, and I love Hellbats.
Oh my
but no, beyond that, also, there's been some spectacular games. The drop play evolution. Every game this guy plays is action-packed. Like, it's just always exciting. There's never a dull moment in one of his games. The MoonGlade series was great. The series with Alicia was great. And now we're going to see who's going to go up to fight him in the final match. Is it going to be MoonGlade? Is it going to be Maker? You know, I have to favor MoonGlade, but Maker showed some pretty intense games against Alicia as well.
You know, I'm also like, this is the same kind of thing from before. I wonder if Maker saw the matches of MoonGlade versus Illusion. I'm sure he did. So is he going to be prepared for that Roach-style play? I was actually talking to Illusion a little bit before that last match. And he was saying that he practiced against a lot of Roach stuff, but he never encountered something like what MoonGlade did in that game. So really innovative play here from MoonGlade and WCS so far. Really cool to see. We'll have to see what happens. In the top left-hand location, we have the Red Zerg player hailing from Australia. Representing Team NV, he is MoonGlade. His opponent in the bottom right-hand location, falling to Alicia in the first match of the night, 0-2. A very... he's high work ethic because he is high up there on the Grandmaster ladder of North America. He's the blue Terran player representing Chaos Latin Gamers. He is Maker. All right, Nick. What do you think we're going to see
I have
these guys?
No idea. Oh, actually,
because this is the map where MoonGlade went for
the mass speed roach. Yeah, I think it's going to be the same play for MoonGlade.
Okay.
He's got to. I mean, he's got to feel confident against. Feel confident using it. He used it twice against Illusion. It worked out well one of the games. And another game, and actually, we did work out well as well. I think he got a small edge in the opening with that mass speed roach technique. Just the draw play later on is just too much for him to keep up with. So I definitely feel he's going to stick with that. Maker, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I have no idea what we're going to see.
We have no data, really.
You know what? He's doing a build that's actually grown very uncommon. And that's
Command Center first after the gases barracks.
Yeah.
Is this one of the things where it's like, why not get the Reaper? How much is it really delaying?
Or why not just get Command Center before
Sure.
barracks?
So it's kind of like the middle ground.
Yeah, it's the middle ground, so you're not harassing, but you're also don't have quite the same economy as you with the Command Center first. So, I don't know. We'll see.
All right.
SCV checking things out, grabbing a piece of minerals.
Waiting for the minerals to get to the point.
How does he build as effectively when he has one arm carrying a bunch of minerals around?
No, you see the drill is on
the right arm.
Right.
But the left arm normally is like...
He has a handful. Yeah, he has a handful of minerals.
Yeah,
I never noticed that. Wow. Well, maybe that actually encourages him to work harder. Maybe he like glues it to his hand or something, and he can only get it once he's done with the Command Center or something. I don't know. I'm not a science major.
So back at MoonGlade space, MoonGlade really likes this fast speed opening.
Yeah.
You know, he's been going hatch cast spool and pretty much.
So he needs to start that speed. Oh, he's waiting for minerals in niche right now. Yeah, there it goes. So MoonGlade, of course, this is what he does. We saw him do this earlier. Gets that hatchery, gets the fast speed, and then takes guys off of gas. He doesn't mind gas ever again until adding on all 3 gases. And then what we saw him do on this game on this map is get a layer, of course the 2 Evo chambers, and a Roach 1 and Roach speed, timed with the +1 missile, +1 carapace. And it's a nifty little push. He gets a bunch of roaches, and he has a third base behind it, so it's something you could definitely transition out of.
It's we've seen that build as well. I think Snoot was doing it. Actually, he was doing different.
Yeah, he had lings with it. A lot of lings with it. The MoonGlade goes for exclusively roaches.
And MoonGlade does it off a little higher econ as well. So.
Absolutely, yep. Because he gets a bunch of lings out first to deal with the Hellion stuff.
I really like it because MoonGlade has enough of an economy and he has the upgrades behind it so that he doesn't have to bust a natural. And if a Terran scouts a build, it's so hard to break a Terran natural, right? If they're prepared, right? Obviously, there's a lot of builds that are designed to bust a natural, but the whole goal is to catch Terran when you're not prepared. He's getting more speed needs in an earlier time than he was before.
Is he?
Yeah,
yeah, those are a little bit. Usually
20.
he waits for the 2-base saturation.
Yeah, usually he starts at 3rd hatchery even before he gets this many.
Well, maybe this is a situation where he's hoping to catch the Hellions off guard.
I think he is.
Maybe keep the lings on the high ground.
And also he's noticed the bunker positioning. He noticed it was far out. A lot of turns put it back, where it's at a corner, surrounded with depots.
Oh, so he might be able to sneak by, he's assuming.
Yeah.
And I think he might be
Or
right.
surround it. He doesn't have to sneak by. He can just surround it and take it out.
Oh, he could have, if he was really fast, he could have trapped those Hellions.
Yeah,
Ling's going to sprint right into the main base, and oh no, Maker, the bunker going to get surrounded. Those Marines are going to be toast.
Yes. And this is a lot of damage. The Hellions.
More Hellions
with
coming out.
4 Hellions, yeah.
Should be able to take that out.
Should be able to. But that wasn't a bad trade. 1 Hellion, a bunker, several Marines.
That's a cool little reactive play. I mean, MoonGlade willing to adjust his build a little bit, get those Lings a little bit earlier if he sees a weakness. And the weakness he saw there was a very wide open ramp, a relatively exposed bunker, and he took advantage. So looking at units lost, a little bit more from MoonGlade here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I mean, obviously the Marines aren't that important.
Yeah, there was a lot of speed needs.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if that was worth it.
It might not have been because he delayed drones as well. But I think it could have been worth it a lot. Like if he was able to kill the first 2 Hellions before they united with the next 2, and things can kind of snowball out of control pretty easily for the Terran player. And this one.
Sorry to cut you off there, Nick.
Yeah.
I just had to make that sound.
Yeah,
We have
going back.
3 factories.
Maker's going back.
Do you think he'll make Hellbats one of these days?
At some point. 5 Hellions trying to keep an eye on the 3rd base.
And this does not look like.
No, this is
the same build. Oh, there's a layer.
Actually, it does look like it could be the same build.
The layer's a little bit later.
I mean, everything's a little bit off
because the Lings.
the speedings kind of threw his whole build off slightly. The timings are slightly off because he got the speedings earlier.
We find out now. The evolution chamber.
Yeah, he's gonna start the range upgrade as soon as he gets the money. If he was going for speeding, baning, muted type stuff, you get the upgrades before the lair.
Oh, well, there's the.
Oh,
there's the
he
melee.
is getting that. Never mind. I stand corrected. I stand entirely corrected.
Okay.
It's conventional for 3 base to get the upgrades before the lair, but.
Overlord going to spot these factories, and he's going to spot 2 armories. That's an absolute dead giveaway that it is Mac.
100%. Oh, drones!
Oh gosh, the drones. Wrong place, wrong time. Hellions trying to take advantage. A little bit uncharacteristic of a move there from MoonGlade.
Yeah. It wasn't. Oh no, but there's more drones here.
Up to 30, 40 units lost. Maker's so abusive with these Hellions. Oh gosh.
How many are they getting?
He's got 11 workers killed. They're trying to get the final one, but he's gonna.
That was pretty, because you got to get him between the 2. It was definitely successful. So now he knows he's up against Mech.
Yeah.
But you know what's interesting?
Look at this build.
Only 2 tanks going straight into Thors, and I think that's because he suspects there could be Mutas on the way.
Does he see the Spire?
Yeah, that's definitely in range. So this is, you know what? If you see a Spire like this, you can sometimes.
Did he cancel +1 melee?
He did. He did. Right there, the scams on a Spire. You know why? So if a Zerg tries to go Spire, especially in Heartless Storm with Hellbats, there's some wicked Thor Hellbat timings. And if you don't have Roaches, you just die. Like, it's like 4 Thors and all whatever Hellbats they want to bring with it, right? And of course, you pull like 10, 12 SCVs to help prepare. And it's almost impossible for Zerg to stop that push if they spend all their money on Mulas and, of course, speedings. But that's the idea, is that Maker sees that. MoonGlade says, okay, he might be going for that push. And now I'm just going to hard switch into Roaches, and if he does that push, and I have all of a sudden, 30 Roaches, Mech, if you lose your first couple key units, you just lose map control for such a long amount of time.
This is a pretty good-looking defense, though, or defensive posture from Maker, I gotta say. He's got the 2 tanks behind the supply depots, the 4
MoonGlade's not going to break it.
Yeah. But 8 mutas in production. But he's definitely going to be focusing on the Roach composition. Of course, you know, when you're dealing with mech, the idea is you got to take additional bases, and then you got to start trading. Ideally, if you're really fancy, you can get into your opponent's mineral line or production line, but that requires drops and stuff. So right now, Maker's gonna set up. He's gonna take bases slowly. Oh, that timing on that Overlord. He's gonna for that creep.
Yeah, he was ready creeping there. Thor chases him out. Using its new attack to kill non-light units without area of effect, slightly faster.
Yeah. So we're not going to see mass mutas in this game.
No, just a small group just to be annoying. You know, Maker has appropriate defense. You really don't want to mass mutas against mech. There are some, like super late game. Sometimes you can switch to it if your opponent's going all tank, but that's like a weird tech switch that is very, you know, circumstantial.
All right,
So
that's like really good timing on the mutas there.
Yeah.
Taking down those 3 turrets.
Yeah, may force
and
a bunch
they might
of
do it again
cancels.
if Maker's not careful. Well,
oh, and it's worth it. Oh, he's gonna get a match box his Thor with
magic
repair.
Box. There's another Thor coming forward. Widow Mine scuttling as well, and there's the SCVs.
Magic box is always risky because it takes a while to kill. You don't know what else is gonna come to support it. So MoonGlade, I'm pretty confident will probably move into Swarm Host.
Huh? You think so?
Because that's every time he talks about mech, he says, "Oh, you just mass Swarm Host."
Oh, because he does do those talk show things.
Yeah, he does a talk show and he says, versus mech, you just make more and more Swarm Hosts in each year. Fine.
There you go.
So of course it's hard to open with Swarm Hosts, right? I mean, he already made the spot before we knew it was mech, for sure.
20 drones in production now.
Yeah. So he's gonna put on some Roach aggression, but if he can't break Maker, which I don't think he can, he is gonna go for a Swarm Host most likely.
Maker leaving the space relatively exposed here.
He has
it's not like he has a lot of stuff down here. I mean, I would start walling off, I think, the supply depots, at the least. But here come the Roaches, Lings, and Mutas again. MoonGlade just looking for cost-efficient trades.
As long as he runs his SCP. And, you know, the thing is, the Roaches could get stuck here. Maker's
oh my
careful.
gosh, you're completely right. How did these Roaches and Lings leave?
They die.
All right, Roach is going to try to engage here, going against the Hellbats and a bunch of tanks. The Mutas coming forward, but the SCVs are here to repair those. And MoonGlade going to lose a lot of units here.
I mean, and you know what? Maker didn't lose. All the mutas are going to go down. He didn't lose a single tank or a single Thor.
Yeah, and those are your very.
Yeah,
those are your
he only
points.
lost with some Hellbats. The only thing that's dangerous, there's the Swarmos, exactly. The thing is MoonGlade wanted to kill off the Roaches because he wants to mass Swarmos, right?
Yes.
And the Roaches were just eating up all the food.
Yep.
And Maker's going to try to take this opportunity to move out. And this could be tricky because
now, can he predict, seeing that, okay, he doesn't care that much about his Roaches. Okay, he is upgrading them. So why would you upgrade Roaches if you're just going to throw them away? Obviously, a tech switch isn't coming.
yeah, he's got to be. I mean, there still
really.
could be a muted tech switch. You could upgrade both and tech switch between the two. Like Solky loves to do that, constant. But I think he anticipates Swarmos, and I think he's going to try to see if he can get up in his. First Swarmos, you have to be pre-siege. But if he can get this position here.
Oh, he's got a siege up right now.
Yeah, he's got to get this position. Oh.
Get those shots off on the Locust. He's going to scan, and he's going to target him down.
Wow. Great moves by Maker, taking a very strong position before the Swarmos are ready to start saving those Locusts. You know, one of the hardest things about playing mech, the reason why a lot of people voted for Zerg is because it's so hard to push out against mass Locusts, because when you unsiege, they kill you. Yeah. But he knew he had that window to get into this position.
And he's isolating this third.
Yeah.
Like how?
Great positional play.
This is a brilliant position here for Maker. Because how does MoonGlade reinforce? He's going to walk into the tank line.
Yeah, he's going to have to take massive losses to try to, deal with this. And Maker can keep reinforcing. You know, it would be if he can even somehow get some extra units to attack the fourth base here. I don't know which is the third or the fourth.
I'd consider it third. I think he got it. He got it third instead of fourth.
Meanwhile, he's got a fourth command center being built. He's continuing to macro.
He needs to have enough tanks here to out DPS the Locusts. He's just going to unsiege and come forward here.
That's a little risky. Can he do it? Maybe he can.
All right, he's coming forward. He needs to siege up pretty soon, though.
Siege!
This is really scary for me. I don't know if I...
Siege!
Can you run away from Locusts? Can you use the Widow Mines?
The Widow Mines are...
Okay, well, that's what he needs.
Yeah, the Widow Mines kind of bomb time, but I think he's still going to start using them tanks. Now the tanks are cornered.
It's not worth losing all these tanks.
That was a critical mistake.
It's not worth losing all these tanks, taking down this hatchery. And he might not get the hatchery.
You know, he could have actually chopped the hatchery to the high ground. There's no reason to walk down here.
He could have shot it from...
Yeah, he could have shot it from the high ground. If he put a tank on the edge.
I don't know. I'm going to go out on the record and say that was not worth it.
I think he threw the game. I mean, sorry. He hasn't... It's not like he's thrown the game.
Right.
It's still very, very close. But
he went from a position that was really
overwhelmingly
good,
superior.
overwhelmingly superior, to
now he's behind.
Being behind.
Yeah, I mean, not light years behind, but he's facing a lot of Swarmos. Zerg, who's going up to 5 bases. He can hold his 4 bases, but he's now all that space that he can control the tanks. Trying to reclaim that is going to be insanely difficult.
All right, looks like he has enough tanks to outkill those Locusts before they do any damage.
Moving forward against the Locust waves.
Yeah, it's.
I think he has to go. He has to turn on 4 bases to go to air.
What about Hellbat drops? Is that possible?
Okay. Yeah, spend your minerals on Hellbat drops and your gas on air transition, because what's going to happen is as Hive kicks in for the Zerg, Vipers can be added in, and as soon as you start using Abducts,
Blinding Cloud as well.
Yeah, Blinding Cloud and Abducts, and the mech's going to start slowly falling apart. It's a point where it's not that you can't fight that, but to fight that, you need to have air to supplement your mech. So you need to be adding a lot more starports. And then to your point, especially against Swarmos and our mobile, is several medevacs to really do the Hellbat drops. Because Hellbats aren't going to help you defend against Locusts, right? They're kind of just sitting there in hopes they're doing nothing right now.
And there's nothing really to stop MoonGlade from taking all these bases. Slings find a way into that
Oh, no, that wasn't walled off.
I thought it was completely walled off. Apparently Maker did too. Nothing to defend these. Oh, he's going to move forward.
Yeah, he's
leading with the Hellbats.
Does he know about the Zergington?
He's going to try to tank with the Hellbats. Obviously, he's not intending. Well, he's going to re-siege up. Is this going to be enough? And he's just going to move away.
Yeah, I mean, what he did is he just lost a lot of Hellbats to gain like half the screen, right?
And meanwhile, losing a decent amount of SCVs there at his 4th. His 3rd.
This is not a situation you want to be in. The first Viper's starting to be made. More and more Locusts is constantly running in there. And yes, the tanks can blow them up, but of course, they're free units.
There indeed.
There's still no starports, which is a little bit troublesome.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, the pure muscle mech can work if you get those dominant positions, but when you're back on defensive, these Vipers could be very, very troublesome.
So what's probably going to end up happening here? MoonGlade is going to wait for one of the Locust swarms to pop out. Then as soon as it happens, he's going to Blinding Cloud the siege tanks.
Yeah, or abduct, either one.
Oh yeah, he could abduct. That's definitely true. Did he make additional
I think he only has 1 Viper.
Evo chambers? Oh, only 1 Viper.
You know what he has then? He's gone double Spire, so there could be a potential mass Broodlord. Yeah, I mean, Broodlords are great against mech.
Especially combined with Locusts.
Yeah. Obviously, this Broodlord will come later down the road, right, as a replace the Swarmos.
Maker trying to gain advantages here.
He's trying to push out. The Locusts kill unsiege tanks so fast.
Yeah.
Swarmos are retreating.
All right, so
4 more Vipers.
He might try to go back to that same spot, but MoonGlade might be able to predict that now.
Yeah, if he burrows right now and sends a Locust there, I don't think he can get in that spot.
He needs to siege up right now.
1 Swarmos leading charge up the side, so he's gonna back away.
He's gonna siege up the Locust. Are they gonna get any shots off? No, the tank shot's getting off. So decent move forward there from Maker.
And he's isolated his bottom left base. Now if he can break a small segment of tanks away to start sieging that bottom left base.
Speaking of which, he's sending one to the top.
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
Yeah, small squad. That's exactly what you have to do.
Has he even scouted that area? Okay, he definitely hasn't scouted.
And now 2 starports being added, so he's realizing this is a situation. Oh, unsieging all the tanks again. Is he gonna go? He's gonna go on the high ground.
That's the same spot, yeah. And what's interesting? Big offensive here.
No, Blinding Cloud's gonna be so dangerous here.
These worthless, and there's the Blinding Cloud. The Locust gonna start eating away the tanks. And that's no fun at all. Almost every tank going down. About 4 are going to get away. Meanwhile, we have a bit of a counterattack here. We got 7 tanks, 3 Hellbats heading for that 4th base. Maker securing the space at the top right. So that's a good move.
I mean, Maker's economically speaking doing fine against MoonGlade. The problem is that he hasn't killed a single unit of MoonGlades besides like a Roach for a very long time.
Yeah.
And he's been losing tank after tank after tank after tank. And that's just the nature of Swarmos Viper against mech without air support.
Is there a way to like switch into Ravens or something?
Yes, but it's
mass air.
It's a situation where like he's spending all his gas rebuilding tanks. All right, so the idea is you don't lose tanks. So once you have a certain amount, all your gas goes to air and all your minerals goes to Hellbat harass. It's kind of one of the philosophies a lot of players adopt. But he's trying to just muscle his opponent over tanks, so he can't afford to spend that gas.
Widowmine's getting set up here. The Overseers are there, going to split up those roaches, trying to minimize that damage. Taking those Widowmines out. Tanks trying to siege up at this base. Some Hellbats being sent straight for that mineral line, doing a great job taking down some drones. Meanwhile, we have the roaches, or locusts actually, taking down that 5th base from Maker.
Planetary gets taken now. That's a big win for MoonGlade.
Maker's still making tanks here. 6 more in production. But I feel like he's going to start...
You know, he's up to 5 starports.
Yeah, when he's going to start using those?
Well,
I
3
guess
of them
when
have reactors. What happens is he scanned a greater spy, right? So he's anticipating a brood door transition.
Just in case he can...
But the thing is MoonGlade can't transition to brood doors until he loses the units.
That's true.
Because he just is permanently maxed because he hasn't lost any units. Which is why his bank is up to 5,000, 4,000. If you don't lose units, you can't do a tech switch. But I don't think MoonGlade even... I mean, the tech switch is something, you know, it's a just-in-case thing. It's not like...
Yeah, he could win this game with this, this composition.
With the Vipers, you just... I mean, each battle, you just slowly grind and tear down.
The Locust sent the wrong way. The Locust sent the wrong way. They're not going to be helpful here. The tank's going to be resieging a Blinding Cloud going on the front force, so not a lot of damage going to be done here. A potential mistake there for MoonGlade, but Maker unable to take advantage.
Yeah, it was close. If there wasn't a Blinding Cloud, they might have gotten 1 or 2 Swarmos. Definitely could have done a little bit of damage there. Oh, he's unsieging. Is he going to try to push forward?
No, he's retreating.
Yeah, which...
Making a lot of Widow Mines here.
Yeah. You know what? If he can keep the Widow Mines back, upgrade Drilling Claws, Widow Mines are very fast.
Yes.
Right after the Locusts die, he could run them into the Swarmos, bury them in the scam. He has to wait till like 25 Widow Mines. Like he has to go crazy massive.
It looks like he might be doing that.
Because there are some roaches, right? You
got to be scared.
Yeah, you have to make enough that like, you lose like 6, 7 to the roaches, and then the rest kill everything. The Swarmos! They're caught off guard on top!
The tanks.
If he has to keep just keep going after him. The roaches will sacrifice their lives most likely.
Yeah, he's okay losing roaches here. Again, he has a tech switch available.
Clouds as well.
Great Blinding Clouds there. One Swarm host thinking he's a Ling. Gonna get taken out.
And a lot of these Widow Mines, I mean, the idea of building up to 20 Widow Mines...
they didn't all die, did they?
Yeah, the Widow Mines all died.
Oh my gosh, well. Okay.
Losing a couple tanks as well. And MoonGlade's gonna get 3-3 in air upgrades just in case the Swarmos ever die, right? Or he's working at 2-2, but later down the road.
Do you think he'll try to break Nesty's record and make 1 billion mutas?
He might.
What did we say the record was? Did he make 59 at once?
It was something like that.
I don't think he broke 60 at once.
More likely would be brood doors. Corrupted brood door.
Yeah.
What am I? Siege up! This could be a big siege! Oh, but the Blinding Clouds. That's unfortunate.
Wow. Great play there from MoonGlade. Clouding the tanks right when they get there, so they can't shoot, obviously.
And you know, Maker has been taking so many losses, he's unable to keep remaxing. He's on 150 food, he's bankrupt. Yeah. Another Blinding Cloud on these tanks. Maker needs it. Maker is mining out, right? This top right base, he needs to get that set up. Well, he also needs to not... His tank, there it goes, abduct. That tank's gonna die. His tank is getting low enough that he's gonna have a hard time even holding off the Locust when in siege mode.
Let me look at his reinforcements here. Yeah, still a bit of tanks, but as you said, I mean, we've seen him with this army so often in this game. It's just not doing much for him.
He hasn't killed a unit. He's killed like a hatch here and there. When
some roaches.
Yeah, some roaches, but nothing important. Not one Viper. Not the gas. He's got like 1 or 2 Swarm hosts.
The heavy gas. Units tab shows 24 Swarm hosts are currently on the field.
What does the units lost tab say?
Units lost is 29,000 to 18,000.
That's ugly. A lot of the 18,000 is, of course, those roaches from the star and then hatcheries as well.
Or the Blinding Clouds.
Blinding Clouds. This could be a huge... Yeah, the Blinding Clouds.
Oh, some shots getting off.
Nice set of tank flies. I think he got a couple there.
But he's going to lose all his tanks.
Yeah, but, you know, this is a better trade than he's been having.
Well, it's not the kind of trade he needs to come back to this game.
No. I mean, it's not what he wants. But at least he killed something there, right? I mean, look at MoonGlade.
I wonder,
MoonGlade lost 30
that stat at the end of the game that says average unspent resources?
MoonGlade, it's gonna be, everyone's gonna think he's macro's terrible.
Gosh, this guy's so bad. These guys in bronze are like, I keep my minerals low.
MoonGlade, he's got 10,000 minerals. Yeah. Where's his macro at?
Yeah, guys, get inspired. Play some StarCraft 2. Become a pro. Quit your day job. And
the 5th base. This is deja vu from about 5 minutes ago.
Yes.
Getting the planetary up and then the Locust Swarm. Look at how fast it dies with 3 tech upgrades. Like, the SCVs to try to repair it, it just melts.
So I think this is the slow.
It's gonna start speeding up though.
Well, the slow death of Mr. There, yeah, there's GG. You know that was like
I knew it was speeding up.
Well, yeah, good call. MoonGlade still had 7,000 gas, 10,000 minerals in the bank there.
And he was working on 3/3 air.
Yeah.
You know, he never got the melee upgrades, so he would have. He just forgot he didn't have them.
Yeah.
So that would leave him the broodings would be better, the ultralisk if you wanted to do ultralisk or whatever. I mean, why not, right?
Yeah, it's just one of those situations where MoonGlade pretty much had the perfect composition and Maker did not have the right answer. Yeah. And we agree that the change that could potentially be made there was, you know, keep that position that he had over that third. He didn't really need to move those tanks over to that area. As you said, he could have shelled it from above. So was that the biggest mistake here from Maker from there? Was there anything he could do?
There was something he could do. Like, once you're stuck defensive as mech, trying to push forward with tanks against Locust is a losing battle. You're going to be so cost efficient.
Yeah.
You can try to do it a little bit. The side attacks he did with small squads were great.
Yeah.
But really, you got to use mobility with mass Hellbat drops, right? Because the Hellbats are useless in the main fight. So drop those guys freaking everywhere, because Swarmos can't be in all those locations. And then transition to the battle cruisers, the Vikings, the Ravens. Yamoto's one-shot Swarmos at range 10. You know, Secret Missiles are good too. And of course, you need the Vikings to deal with the Vipers.
Exactly. Like, he was able to get 5 bases at one point. Like, his citizen economy was fine at times, but it's just sticking with that siege tank composition that just wasn't working. Great play there from MoonGlade, able to combat the mech play from his opponent very perfectly, which means MoonGlade is 1 win away from moving on to have a rematch against Illusion. And unfortunately for Maker, he's going to be 1 loss away from being knocked out of the Premier League and placed into the Challenger League. Guys, stay tuned. Game 2 between MoonGlade and Maker coming up.